And, excuse me. Buying a whole bunch of baby stuff brand new unless... Hey everyone, welcome back to Comfortable Spaces. My name is Danielle and I love to talk about affordable living and intentional homemaking. Today on the channel, I wanted to talk to you about how we were able to save money during our son's first year having a baby. I know so many people say that having a baby can be so expensive, but honestly, we found that there are so many easy ways that you can save money as you're going along, and here are some of my tips on how we did that. So number one, I'm not trying to say this as a controversial statement because I know that everybody has their journey when they are a mom, and there is no judgment in any way you choose to take care of your kid. However, I tried really hard to breastfeed. It was not easy for me. I worked really hard at it. It took me a good solid 5 weeks to get it underway, but I was absolutely determined to breastfeed my son because I knew it would save us a ton of money. Formula is incredibly expensive, and we wanted to make sure we were able to save as much money as possible, so I worked my butt off to breastfeed, and I am not saying that it is easy. I've been there, I know the struggle, but if you have the ability to breastfeed, I highly would recommend you to do it because honestly, you save so much money over the course of that first year of being able to breastfeed your babies. So that is my very first tip, is if you can do it, try very hard to make it happen. And here's the thing, if you can't, no judgment. Like I said, I understand that every single mom and every single baby has the journey that they need to walk through together, but if you can, it is a great way to save money. The second way we saved money throughout this first year, and honestly, I don't even want to say first year because we're still doing it right now, but a great way we saved money is by cloth diapering. I know that this is kind of a trendier topic right now, so I know there are a lot of people who do it, but I promise you, you save so much money. I had heard a statistic at one point that you spend somewhere around $5,000 per child on disposable diapers. And I don't want to spend that kind of money on diapers that were literally getting pooped on and thrown in the trash. So to save as much money as we possibly could, we decided we were going to cloth diaper. We've been doing it for 17 months now. It has gone phenomenally. When I first mentioned the idea to my husband, he was a little weirded out by it, but he got on board and really got into the flow of things. We've both been able to do it very well, very successfully, and he actually thanked me for the amount of money that we've been able to save by cloth diapering. We have, I want to count somewhere around 24 diapers. So that means that I, on average, wash the diapers twice a week. That is all. That is all of the work it really takes to take care of them. And it has been such a huge money saver for us in the long run. So I'm super grateful that we decided to do that. And again, it is saving us literally $5,000. So I'll take it. So the next way we saved money throughout the first year of our baby's life, and into, I guess now you could say as well, is I made all of Fitz's baby food from scratch. I got this phenomenal book off Amazon. It's called The Big Book of Organic Baby Food. And this was so helpful. It just showed you a ton of recipes and whatnot on how to make baby food from scratch. It was such a game changer because it didn't really change my grocery bill. So if I was buying a bag of sweet potatoes to make something with sweet potatoes in it for us for dinner, I would take some of those sweet potatoes and then I would just bake them and then serve them to Fitz. So it was such a great way to learn about how to make baby food. I'm gonna link this in the description bar below if you guys are interested in it, but it was super helpful. I'm really glad that I purchased this, and we didn't have to spend a ton of extra money on baby food jars. Those little pouches of food and stuff like that, they cost so much money. So we just threw a bunch of things into a blender or steamed things or whatever it was. I got an immersion blender, so I would make a lot of food. I would take the immersion blender, I would blend all the food up, and then I would put it into little larger ice cube trays and put them in the freezer. have them freeze. They'd be the exact portion of food that I was supposed to be feeding my son for each meal, and then I would take those out, put them in a baggie, write what the food was, date it, and after a while I had a ton of different things stockpiled. I had sweet potatoes, I had avocado, I had broccoli, I had carrots, I had peppers, just so many different foods. And it was so easy for myself or my husband to just pull one of the little servings out, heat it up, and then Fitzy was ready to eat his meal. It worked perfectly, and we did that for a couple of months before we started just working into baby-led weaning, and he just started eating our food. Like all the things that I would cook every single day, he would just eat it. So that's where we are right now. So I've never really added a whole lot to our grocery bill because I always made large portions of food to begin with. So now Fitz just eats those larger portions that I always made. So it's not really cost us a whole lot of extra money quite yet. I do recognize that I have a growing boy and that his portion size will probably get a lot larger in the coming years, but as of right now, it has not really destroyed our grocery bill, and I'm very grateful for that. My next tip, and something that actually helped us quite a lot, was to Facebook Marketplace some of those larger items. So here's the thing with baby stuff, right? You only use some of those items for a few months. Like literally, that is it. And then you just either have them or you give them away or whatever. So a lot of people sell their baby products on Facebook Marketplace. So you can get some of those rockers or an old crib or something like that that was only used for a short amount of time. Crib is probably not the best idea because babies actually use this for a couple of years. But like any of the rockers or bouncers or anything like that, literally these kids use them for a couple of months and then they're not usable anymore. So a lot of people like to sell those types of items on Facebook Marketplace, and you can get a really great deal. Some of those rockers cost hundreds of dollars, and you can find them on Facebook Marketplace for like $50. So if you need to purchase all those items, I would honestly not purchase them brand new. Again, you don't even know if your kid's gonna like those items. I've seen other moms who've purchased these like really expensive items, like different types of swings or whatever, and they've cost them hundreds of dollars and then their kid didn't even like them. Trust me, it happens all of the time, and then they're kind of out of the money. So it's a little bit easier to just look on Facebook Marketplace and see what is out there for a lot cheaper so you can save some bucks. The next thing that was super helpful for us in saving money with our son was actually to baby swap some items. So when you're a new mom, a lot of times your friends are new moms or family members are new moms, and we were able to get a whole bunch of stuff like our son's crib mattress and different items of clothing, things like that our friends or family members or whoever were done using, and we just were given those items. And then when our son outgrows them, we're able to give them to the next group of people who might need them or the next friend that might need them. See if your friends have the ability to swap some items or have them on loan for a little while. I know I did that with one of my friends. She had a kid basically a year after me, and I was constantly getting like, oh, I used this when I was pregnant, or oh, I used this when Fitzy was really little. And that was super helpful for her to have those items, and then I didn't need those items anymore. And it's just a really great way to allow you to save a little money, but you and your friends, you're helping each other out, which is great. I know that my mom in her community down in Florida, they have a grandma swap, which I absolutely love. So whichever grandmom is the new grandmom in town, right? They just had a new grandchild. They send all of the other grandkids stuff to that mom for the time period that mom needs those items. And then when somebody else has a baby, that grandmom passes along those items to the next grandmom who needs them. It's a great way for you to not have to purchase all of these items, and you're able to help your friends and family out too, which is really cool. My next tip, which I think is tip number 6, is to go to places like Once Upon a Child. We love Once Upon a Child, and if you don't know what that is, it is a secondhand store for baby clothes and baby items. I have seen like pack and plays there for $40. I got baby carrier for 10 bucks. I get a ton of Fitz clothes there. They're like $2.99 for a pair of shorts. And here's the thing, he's only going to wear them for a few months and then he's not gonna fit into them anymore. So I do my absolute best when we're out of, a lot of the times, pajamas. He grows out of pajamas so quickly, or shorts or something that he just needs seasonally and then he'll never fit in it again for the rest of his life. I swing over to Once Upon a Child and I purchase all of these items. They have great deals. You can get onto their mailing list and they'll send you like coupons and stuff like this. Absolutely not sponsored by them, but I really, really love their exchange stuff. And you can sell some of your older baby stuff to Once Upon a Child and make a little bit of money back as well. So we've done that a couple of times over the years with items that we know Fitz will never wear again, or just items that I didn't really get a whole lot of use out of, and we make a couple of bucks and then we use that to buy some new items for Fitz. So it's a great way to save some money and really rotate some of the things that you have and get new items. Because here's the thing, babies grow so fast. Like, you will get an entire wardrobe for them and 3 months later, they won't fit into it anymore. So don't spend thousands of dollars on new clothes every three to 6 months. There's no reason to do that. Go to a place that has the resale items, and I've gotten some gorgeous stuff like Ralph Lauren, like shirts and stuff like that for my son for $2.99 that look like they have never been worn. There are actually items that I've purchased that still had the tags on them. And I'm purchasing them for like literally a tenth of the price that they would have cost in the store. So if you can bargain shop those types of items, definitely do it. It is such a huge help. And then my last and final tip, it's more of an introspective tip, if you will, but honestly, it's truly evaluate if you need that baby product. Because I have been inundated. Like, I was that person that sat on YouTube and watched all of the baby products you must have, or baby products that I regret videos. Like, every single one that somebody made, I was watching them. And here's the truth of the matter. You will probably only need like 25% of all of those baby items listed. We worked really hard to be as minimal as possible when we made out our registry, when we picked out the items that we wanted for Fitz, for his room, for just taking care of him in general. And I am so grateful that I did not overbuy so many of these items. Like, you don't know what your kid is gonna like, what he's gonna use, and if you spend like $600 on like a bouncer and a rocker and all this stuff, and he or she doesn't like any of those items, then you just wasted all that money. So truly evaluate what you want, what you think you're gonna need. Talk to some of your friends. Yes, watch all of the YouTube videos because I learned about all of the different products, but try to be as minimal as possible if you're trying to save money, because honestly, one of two things. You will either never use it, or you will only use it for a handful of months and then you're stuck with the item. You can sell it again, but you're never gonna make that kind of money back. And truly, there's really no reason to have to purchase all of those items. When you get pregnant, everybody will make you feel like you need to have all of these items, but you really don't. It's really such a huge money saver to not have to purchase all of those things. So truly evaluate what it is you think you need, what it is you think you want. And honestly, if you don't have everything that you need the day that baby comes, baby will still survive. Like, as long as they are fed and have a place to sleep and have some clean diapers, those are your main like things that you really want to hit. And after that, everything else is just fluff. And you can kind of purchase things as you go along if you find that your baby really likes one particular item. So don't go crazy. It will really save you a lot of money. So I really hope you guys like this video today. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy these types of videos or if you have any questions, or even if you have some tips about how you guys saved money the first time that you had a child. We would love to hear all about what it is that you guys have done too. That always helps me out. I know that other people that read the comments, like I'm a big comment reader, so I like to see what other people have to say. So definitely do that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not subscribed. And I can't wait to have you back for my next video, which will be up in a couple of days. I try to make videos twice a week about affordable living and intentional homemaking. So hopefully I'll see you again soon on the channel. Have a great day. Bye.